Africa will be the next driving source or driving energy of the world after today's Asia. And this is what I truly believe.
And I told Jack when I visited him at his headquarters, I am not inviting you to flood Kenya with Chinese produce. We already have enough of them. I want you to flood Kenya and Africa with opportunities for young, small business to sell goods and services to the rest of the world.
Very, very impressed. Very impressed, seriously, because these ideas, very exciting, impressive, and I think I can feel that in your eyes, in your heart. It's like early days of Jack Ma. We're talking about yeah, I think I would love to invite you guys someday, come to China and Hangzhou, spend a few days there, and spend a time and talking to the Chinese entrepreneurs, learning there and see how that our ideas, our know-how that can help. Because I think for example, logistic and women and the mobile services, these are the the B2C model, or the e-commerce, which we're pretty good at, right? Yeah.
Dr. Mkisa Kitui, these are the young entrepreneurs.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, last year, September, with the support of the sisters of some of the most powerful people in the world, I managed to get Jack Ma to be a special envoy of UNCTAD for youth and small business. In that act, he becomes the most expensive employee I have ever had, with the status of an Assistant Secretary General of the United Nations. One of the main things that made me look for Jack, and I shared with him over 2 years of things at Davos, at the World Economic Forum, is partly the story he has to tell. The tenacity of saying falling is ordinary, rising after a fall is what takes genius, what takes guts. And that in the reality of the marketplace, most small businesses have high mortality rates. Very many businesses fail. But how would you keep trying again after it has failed? That narrative, I thought, needed to be told to the world.
Thank you very much. This is my first morning in Africa, and I'm expecting this day for a long, long time. Well, this is the best gift I've ever got from Dr. Kitui, that this morning talking to you guys reminds me of my early days. And I see from your eyes, from your heart, what you tell, it's the passion, the inspirations, the dream that you have. I remember 1995 when I came back from the States. I visited the USA for 29 days, and I discovered the internet. So I came back to China and said, I want to do something called internet. But there is no such word called internet before, and there's no such word called internet on the dictionary. So the government does not let me to register a company called internet. Since I had no background on technology, know nothing about computer, even to today, I know very little about computers. Because I don't think you have to know anything before you do it. The great thing I see from your eyes that I know you don't have a lot of know-hows. And those people have a lot of know-hows don't want to do it. The entrepreneurs, you start with a dream. You start with a belief, and you also have to start with a group of people, believe the dream. Everybody, when you have a dream, you have to dream globally, but you have to win locally. You have to survive today, but you also have to think about the future. If you do not think about the future, if you do not have a vision for 10 years later, what will you be? You will never have a great people following you and join your company. And then the second thing I tried to prove is that if Jack Ma can be succeed, 80% of the young people can be successful. And this is what I tell every day to myself. Today is difficult. Tomorrow is much more difficult. But the day after tomorrow is beautiful. Most people die tomorrow evening. Don't complain. Where is the opportunity? The opportunity always lies in the place when people complain. If you solve the complaint, you got a problem. You got an opportunity. This is what I believe. I think the very important is that making sure your dream can be realized, making sure your dream makes steps by step every week, every month, and making sure that your employees believe it, making sure your customers are happy. Because if your customer happy, your employees are happy, the shareholder will be happy. Do not try to spend a lot of time with your shareholders. Spend enough time with your customers. Spend enough time with your employees. You can be crazy. Your people can be crazy. But you, as the founder and CEO, you have to care your colleagues. Only when you care for the colleagues, your colleagues will care for your customers. That's what we believe.
Wow, I guess that deserves a standing ovation, guys, because we're coming to the end of the session. You have a baby elephant that you can take care of for a year, probably just right next to me. His baby Mbegu. You will receive emails from us and from the David Shedrick Foundation about the growth of the baby elephant as much as you'll hear the news from this country. On behalf of this ecosystem, you have a baby Mteto.
Oh, baby Tato.
Baby Mteto. That's your baby elephant for the next 1 year. You'll receive email updates through Jason or yourself, and you'll get to know how the baby elephant is doing. It's a David Shedrick Foundation. If you ever decide to come into the country, just go there, say, I want to see my baby, and you'll be shown what your elephant
That's
is.
great.
Yeah?
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I also give you a gift. This is Alibaba Dao. We call it small is beautiful.
Yes.
And small is powerful.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And thank you so much for you supporting all these entrepreneurs. There are a lot of things I can learn from you, and
Thank
we
you.
can do together.
Thank you very much. I'm honored.
We have a mixed audience of African entrepreneurs and Chinese entrepreneurs here. I want a very unusual ask of you for a Chinese entrepreneur to see what value-added African export he can take to China, and for the Kenyan and African entrepreneur, what value-added product you can take out of Kenya.
I'm excited by this land, excited by the people here. The whole world today has a lot of worries, concerns, but Africa, you see the expectation, you see the passion. People here want to change. This is what exactly I saw 20, 30 years ago in China. Entrepreneurs, real entrepreneurs, never wait for infrastructure. We build infrastructure. So, where in the world is supposed to have the best infrastructure for doing e-commerce? Europe, they have the best infrastructure. But why they not? They worry too much. They worry about security, privacy, and law, and this and that. When you start to worry, you don't have future. We know there are a lot of problems, but this time in Africa, I see the passion, I see the belief, and I would say finally, the world in the next 30 years is going to change so big, so scary that most people cannot expect.
Ladies and gentlemen, Marcel Mukisa Kitui.
Two things were coming through him that I thought I needed to deliver to an African audience. One, the critical importance of resilience, the ability to reject failure. And two, the ability to learn that if you keep your eyes on the rearview mirror, you are either in reverse gear or you are about to have an accident. I'm very excited to have you as a person who has defeated pessimism of no, to come to my home city, to come to my country with brilliant talent, with innovativeness, with resilience. But they just need that extra encouragement, that the entrepreneurs you have brought from China to appreciate that there are people here we can do business with in a straight way. And to say, those who succumb to failure in the short term are those who are only looking for low-hanging fruits. And there's no society that went ahead because of obsession with low-hanging fruits. We are obsessed with growing the real tree with all the fruits of all seasons. Now it's time to invite to speak to us the founding chairman, executive chairman of Alibaba Group, Jack. Jack may look modest to you, but his personal wealth of $42 billion is equivalent to 62% of the total wealth of Kenya. Please welcome Mr. Jackman.
This is my first day, and this day inspired me a lot. And I had high expectation before I came to Africa, but even that, the result for a whole day today is better than I expected. And especially when I'm a very lucky person. In the past 18 years, in my apartment, I talked to 18 young people like me that we want to build up a company using internet to help doing business easier, to using internet to support every small business, support every young people, every woman, that if they have a dream, if they have some ideas, we will enable them to make their dream true and sell their products all over the world. That was year 1999 in my apartment. Well, very few people believe that, but we made it happen in only 18 years. I'm a very, very lucky person. And people say, have you ever learned business before? Have you done business before? Have you learned like MBAs? No, I have never learned any knowledge about how to do business. I never got even one day of training of computer. I still even to today, I don't know how computer works. A lot of people challenge me, how can you run such a big e-commerce company without knowing anything about the knowledge, without anything about the financing and marketing? And I say, this is because I know people. I know what people want. I know what people don't want. And this is critical. Where I learned that, I learned my experience of working with people when I was a student in the university. I still tell myself I should spend more time, not try to be the number one, but try to be the number one person that can help and work with people. In my past years, I'm always a good student. Keep on learning. You don't have to be the best, but you have to know who is better than you are and work with him. And always be a good teacher. A good teacher is share the knowledge and expect the other people better than you are. So these are the qualities that I learned. This is what I learned when I become an entrepreneur. I always want to hire the good people who are smarter than I am, and always making sure that they are better than I am. They always hope that they're better than expected. And if you want them better, training them, disciplining them, supporting them. So when you're a student, spend more time taking care of the other people. Join the activities that helping people. I was rejected for so many times, as I said this morning. Over 30 jobs applied for, rejected. I applied for a KFC. 24 people, classmates went there together. 23 accepted. I was rejected. 5 people went for police, for a job in police. 4 people accepted. I was failed. And my cousin and I waited for a 2 hours long queue to be the waiter of the 4-star hotel in my city. In a very, very hot day, my cousin's score was much lower than mine. He was accepted, and I was rejected. So, is it fun? No, not fun at all. It's very painful. But I get used to it. Everybody, remember, you have to get used to failure. If you cannot get used to failure, just like a boxing, if you cannot get used to being hit, how can you win? The way we share the failure story, not want you to avoid mistakes, is teach you how to face the mistakes when you're in trouble. A company, if you want to be successful, is not how much you are. We got how much money you have. Because we see so many companies have so much money, they are not necessarily can survive. It's what problem you can solve for the world. Think about the future. Do not think about, if I do this, I'm going to be very successful. No, if I do this, I can solve a lot of problems at that time. That is the value that we bring. Africa developed. You don't have to follow the other countries' model. Africa should be Africa. Using the new technology, protect the environment, protect the animals. It's easy to build buildings, but it is difficult to call the animal bags. It's impossible, right? Tell me where in this world you can see so many elephants and lions and still walking around. Africa. Tell me where in this world you can still smell the real atmosphere, the real air. That's what, now I understand when I'm arriving why so many people come to Africa every year and go on. There's no business here, but you have a business to leverage that. So I want to share with all the young people here, students, never give up. There's always opportunity there. It's easy to give up. Keep the hope. The world is challenging, but this is opportunity for young people. E-commerce, internet is the opportunity for a country like us, Kenya, China, Africa. And finally, if you want to be an entrepreneur, I give you advice. Always remember, customer number 1, employee number 2, shareholder number 3. This is different from America, shareholder number 1. I believe customer number 1. If you make your customer happy, they will pay the money. If you make your employees happy, they will be creative, innovative. If your customer employee happy, the shareholder will be happy. Do not spend a lot of time on talking to your shareholders. Spend more time to talking to your customers. Spend more time talking to your employees. And making sure it's the employee share the vision, making sure they are great, and also making sure when you hire your employees, find the good people. Find the people who are smarter than you are. Find the people who can be your boss. You think this guy will be my boss in 5 years, hire him. This is the secret. And also the last secret is making sure hire enough women on the internet time. This is the one of the secret source of success for Alibaba. We have 47% of the women, 47 to 48% of the colleagues in our company are women. We have 33% of the senior management of our company are women. Not because we want to keep women. We find women can do much better job on the internet time, on the e-commerce. When I start a business, I say e-commerce is not about a computer to talk to computer. E-commerce is about a people talk to people, but computer is just a proxy, is the front edge. Women take care of the others better than men. Women understand. Women have much high EQ than men. So I would say, let's move up. Africa will be the next driving source or driving energy of the world after today's Asia. And this is what I truly believe. And I come here, I don't want to sell anything to you guys. I want to help you to sell your great stuff to the world using internet. Thank you.